Please be advised that FATV is conducting audio and video recording for public broadcast. I ask that anyone in the audience who is recording this meeting please stand and state your name and address. Seeing none, Councillor Van Hazinga, would you please lead us in the salute to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Would you please call the roll?
Councillor Van Hazinga.
Here.
Councillor Walsh.
Here.
President Zarella.
Here.
Councillor Boschman.
Present.
Councillor Kuchar.
Here.
Councillor Di Natale.
Here.
Councillor Fleming.
Here.
Councillor Green.
Here.
Councillor Hughes.
Here.
Councillor Schultz.
Here.
Councillor Squalia.
Present.
Thank you very much. And since we are in a new meeting, I would like to just again note for the viewing public, we have our two councillors-elect, Derek Cruz and Sally Cragen, shadowing us this evening. For clarity's sake, they are not currently councillors and will not be participating in deliberation or voting. They are here as an educational opportunity. That said, public forum. The public had been advised to contact the clerk's office regarding comments of no more than 2 minutes, and none were brought to our attention. If there is anyone in the audience wishing to speak, please approach the podium, identify the item on the agenda, and speak for not more than 2 minutes. Chief Martineau.
Good evening, Mr. President, councilors. I'd like to speak about order number 207-21. Specifically, I would request the council if they would consider taking this out of order and suspending the rules so we could discuss this evening.
Motion for suspension on 207-21.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councillor Van Hazinga.
Yes.
Councillor Walsh.
Yes.
President Zarella.
Yes.
Councillor Boschman.
Yes.
Councillor Kuchar.
Yes.
Councillor Di Natale.
Yes.
Councillor Fleming.
Yes.
Councillor Green.
Yes.
Councillor Hughes.
Yes.
Councillor Schultz.
Yes.
Councillor Squalia.
Aye.
That is unanimous.
All right. The rules have been suspended and the matter is being taken out of order. 207-21 is now before the council. Chief Martineau.
Thank you, Mr. President. I made a request to the mayor's office for an appropriation of specifically $8,380 to be charged against available funds to be credited to my police maintenance, building and repair line item. The reason for this money is I'm looking to purchase 4 more air scrubbers to turn over the air circulation at the police department. At the height of the pandemic last year, I was fortunate enough to purchase 3 air scrubbers, and we put them in the largest areas in the PD. With winter fast approaching and the positivity rate climbing, I thought it would be prudent if I added additional air scrubbers. With this appropriation, I will be purchasing 2 large air scrubbers and 2 small air scrubbers, which in turn, they turn over the air on an hourly basis. And with this addition, it should cover the entire PD on a continuous air overflow.
Move to approve 207-21.
Second.
Speaking on the motion, Councillor Schultz.
Yeah, I was just wondering, Chief,
Councillor Schultz, if you want to ask a question of the chief, Councillor Squalia, would you be willing to withdraw your
I
motion?
withdraw my motion.
Thank you, Councilor.
Councillor Schultz.
Thank you, Council President. I was just wondering, has there been any talk, Chief, about getting air scrubbers in some of the other public buildings where we might be able to do a bulk purchase of a bunch of air scrubbers and get a better price for the air scrubbers? Has that been discussed at all?
Yes, that's a great question. Last year at the height of the pandemic, I believe it was probably April, when we realized the direction we were going in, the school department took the lead on this, and they bought dozens upon dozens of these air scrubbers. And actually, I was able to jump on board with that purchase through the school department, and that's how we got our initial 3 scrubbers. So I can tell you, I don't know how many are in the school department, but there's a significant amount. They come in, they're very handy in your older buildings where the circulation may not be as great as some of our newer buildings. So that was the reason we initially brought them into the police station. But we did buy them in bulk last year, and when I reached out to the vendor again, I asked him if he would honor the price that we paid during bulk pricing. So this price is being honored by the vendor at that same bulk price.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Move to approve 207-21.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and second. If there is no objection, we'll take this under unanimous consent. Seeing none, it passes.
Thank you, councilors.
Thank you. Any further public comment at this time? All right, then. We will now hear a report of the Appointments Committee. Councilor Kuchar.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Appointments Committee met earlier this evening. We took up a couple of new appointments. The first appointment was member of the Board of Assessors, Mr. Ryan Boves, term to expire December 1st, 2024. That was unanimously accepted. Had a few reappointments to the Board of Assessors. Ms. Jerry Millette, term to expire January 1st, 2024, and Mr. Chris Paquette, term to expire January 1st, 2025. Both were approved unanimously. And then we also had a trustee of the public burial grounds, Mr. Andrew Hawthorne, term to expire January 1st, 2025, and Ms. Judith Perella, term to expire January 1st, 2025. Both were approved unanimously.
Make a motion, we accept.
Second.
I have a motion and second. If there is no objection, we will take this under unanimous consent. Seeing none, it passes. Report from the Committee on Records. Councilor Hughes.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, all records appear to be in order. Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. If there is no objection, we'll take this by unanimous consent. Seeing none, it is approved. We have communications from His Honor the Mayor. One appointment letter for the Deputy Commissioner of Wastewater, effective retroactively to October 25th, 2021, of Anthony Maressa. This does not require council approval, so will not be sent to the Appointments Committee. We also have a reappointment of Ernest Martineau to the position of Chief of Police, term to expire December 3rd, 2024, and that will be sent to the Appointment Committee. We also have two new appointments to the Cultural Council, both to expire January 1st, 2025, of Ms. Shara Osgood and Mr. Samuel Luxama. Those will be sent to appointments. We also have a report of the Pension Reserves Investment Management Board and the Public Employee Retirement Administration Commission. If there is no objection, we will waive the reading and those will be placed on file in the city clerk's office. Seeing no objection. Okay, we now have the report of the council as a whole meeting. We met earlier this evening and took up 5 items. 068, 069, and 07321 were all given leave to withdraw. 18121, an ordinance amending Chapter 44, Section 10 of the Code of the City of Fitchburg, respecting the fire chief matrix. That was approved and sent to its second reading.
First reading?
It was passed through its first reading, sent to its second reading. And then 18221 was amended by a vote of 10-1 to include the chief of police as well in the table, and then was passed unanimously to its second reading.
Move to accept the report. Second.
I have a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It is unanimous. Motion passes. Report of the Finance Committee. Councilor Gianatali.
Finance met on November 23rd and took up 5 matters, all adopted unanimously, very quickly. $350,000 from available funds to the Stabilization Fund, $450,000 to the OPEB Trust Fund out of available funds, $125,000 out of available funds to replenish the Reserve for Other Municipal Purposes Capital Expenses account, $600,000 of available funds to be charged to the school department for making them whole on their busing transportation expenses. And 20621 was an agreement, a pilot agreement for a 20-year period with North Branch Energy LLC regarding a solar project on Ashburnham Street. That was adopted.
We make a motion, we accept.
Second.
Motion and second. On the motion, Counselor Schultz?
Yeah, I'm just wondering on the, Councilor Di Natale, on the stabilization fund, was there any discussion about increasing that amount for the next fiscal year or not?
Go ahead.
Counselor Schultz, the committee did ask that question, considering we didn't put as much in last fiscal year because of the pandemic.
Right.
350 has been the standard appropriation for every single year that we've been putting it in, other than last year. The auditor did mention that it's certainly something that the mayor will consider in the future, but the goal of the city is to maintain that 5% minimum standard of our operating budget, which this puts us slightly above. We have about $7.9 million in stabilization now. 13 years ago, we had $10,000. So the committee did express a desire to put as much as we can every year into there, but 350 is pretty much the baseline that we want to see every year, no exceptions, first thing out of the gate, which the mayor has done and continues to do. And if he has the bandwidth, we would encourage him to put more, but as long as we keep above that 5% number that the state DOR has set for us and for all municipalities, the committee was satisfied with this allotment every year.
Yeah,
at a
I
minimum.
guess the reason why I asked that is because, we will be getting some money from the federal government, and I'm wondering if, we'll be able to use that money to take up some other things that we would normally use in our operating budget, so we might be able to add more to the stabilization fund just maybe in the next couple of years.
I guess we'll know more on that when the FY23 budget, FY23 budget comes before us, because I know that the ARPA funds are in hand. We just are figuring out still how we're going to allocate those. I will caution that because of the strict stipulations of ARPA in terms of replenishing lost revenue, putting this money into freeing what we can spend on the city side has to be any jobs that were lost, replenishment of free cash, which we did use some, and then water, wastewater infrastructure, broadband infrastructure, and then, of course, COVID-19 mitigation efforts. So we'll know more about the bandwidth we have for next year's free cash after the 23 budget is before us. Okay. But it's something the committee did raise.
Okay.
We are never against putting as much as we can into here, but we want to make sure we stay above that 5% threshold, because that's what got us into trouble a short 13 years ago.
Thank you, Counselor.
All right, I have a motion and second. If there is no objection, we'll take this under unanimous consent. Seeing no objection, it passes. Orders finance, 20821.
Move 20821, oh, we don't have to make a motion, right? We don't have to make a motion, right?
No.
Okay, sorry.
So, 20821, that there being hereby is appropriated the sum of $16,750 charged against available funds credited to health expense weights and measures for expenses associated with annual testing and sealing of commercial weighing and measuring devices.
Mr. President, I would move that we waive the reading and refer to finance.
Second.
I have a motion and second to waive the reading. If there is no objection, we'll take this under unanimous consent. Seeing no objection, reading is waived. Petitions are referred to finance. We also have 3 miscellaneous petitions. 21421, Jacqueline Poirier, Cemetery Superintendent, to approve the enclosed price increases as approved by the cemetery trustees at the November 18th board meeting. That will be forwarded to finance. Councilors Marisa Fleming and Andrew Van Hazinga to install a street light on pole number 5 in front of the Abolitionist Park on Snow Street. That will be sent to Public Works. Sergeant Daniel Boudreau, Councilor Squalia, and Nick Erickson, DPW Commissioner, to petition for installation of a traffic island between Old Leominster Road and Abbott Avenue, and add a no right turn on Abbott Ave turning onto Old Leominster Road, and a stop sign at the end of Old Leominster Road at Abbott Ave. That will be forwarded to Public Safety and Public Works.
One more in the back, sir.
Sorry?
There's one more in the back.
There's one more in the back there, Counselor.
Oh,
217-21.
You're sorry. That's my fault.
Thank you. 21721, Councilors Marcus Di Natale and Paul Boschman on behalf of Jorge Rodriguez to install a streetlight on Wall Street between the corner of Wall and Beach and 20 Wall Street. Poll number for placement would be 631. That will be sent to Public Works. Thank you, Councilor.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Announcements. Ward 1 City Councilor Bernie Schultz is holding a Ward 1 meeting on Monday, December 13th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. in the Fitchburg Legislative Building, 700 Main Street. Mary Jo Bohart, Director of Economic Development, and Nick Erickson, Commissioner of Public Works, will make presentations and answer questions. The City of Fitchburg, in collaboration with the Fitchburg Cultural Council, will be hosting a winter artisan and crafts bazaar on Saturday, December 11th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at City Hall. The Fitchburg Winter Bazaar will feature more than 50 artists and crafters on all 3 floors of the 168-year-old building at 718 Main Street. Handmade works include paintings, prints, woodworks, fiberworks, ceramics and glass, jewelry, music, recordings, and more. And that concludes our agenda for the
Make the motion, we adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and second to adjourn. Seeing no objection, we are adjourned.
Say nice job.